sloppiness or his misinformation. And I bring it up in the context of what's going on because in the wake of the Mueller report, the lies from the White House have been making headlines. It's no wonder why Trump's aides don't think twice about just making stuff up. It's because tone starts at the top. Witness Press Secretary Sarah Sanders, who admitted to the special counsel that her May 2017 claims about countless FBI agents wanting James Comey fired was not founded on anything. It was just of the tongue, she said. But it wasn't. Sanders made similar claims multiple times on 2 different days. She has no credibility left. And yet in Trump world, that reality might actually help her because when we point out that she's making stuff up, it makes the president hold on to her, support her, stand by her because she's taking it to the media. That's how twisted this has become. All right, back with me to discuss. Ezra Klein, Tim Naftali, Katie Rogers, April Ryan. And April, let's start with you because you have called for Sanders to be fired. What's the likelihood, you think, that she actually is going to be out as a result of these lies?
Well, I don't know, but I say the reality is it's about credibility. And we are seeing this nation talk about the credibility of Sarah Huckabee Sanders at that podium. If the clamoring continues, I believe something will happen. I hear that the White House is very upset about this right now, this moment, these conversations about Sarah Huckabee Sanders and her, tenure at that podium. But here's the issue. Under oath, she acknowledged that she lied. Under oath. That's not the only lie that has been told from that sacred room, from that sacred podium to the American public and the world. Okay? The reason why this is so important is because everything is in the balance at the White House. We are all touched by what happens and is said from the White House. War and peace, life and death are written and spoken from that podium or from the Oval Office. She is the president's mouthpiece. Her credibility is shot. Okay, we got that one piece from Mueller. We understand that. Also, there's a list of things and more, but I'll detail another one about the payment to Stormy Daniels. That was a lie. And then also that propaganda video from our colleague, against our colleague, Jim Acosta, a propaganda video against Jim Acosta. This is the United States. This is not Russia. This is not China. From the White House, from the president's spokesperson. So credibility is a huge piece of the puzzle, and her credibility is shot.
You said the other day on Aaron Burnett's show that Sarah Sanders' head should be lopped off. Her father, Mike Huckabee, then said you were inciting murder. Were you trying to incite murder?
Okay, Brian, do you have the whole transcript of what I said?
I do. You were saying she should be fired, she should be forced out of the job, and you said, I think, head lopped off, obviously in the rhetorical sense everybody understands.
And I said it as they, not me. I said it as they. You know about the firing acts, and when we talk about people being fired, heads will roll. It had nothing. I do not push for or support any type of violence against anyone. Okay, so, but I said what I said, and it was not about violence. It was about the chopping acts, or the head rolling as far as the job. So if you want to, let's clean it up and say she should be fired, period, end of story.
Now, Katie Rogers, Sarah Sanders' job has changed over the past couple of years. She used to be holding briefings almost every day. Right now, it's been 41 days since a White House press briefing, on camera there in the briefing room. We're coming up on a new record. If she hits 42 days, that'll be a new record, a number of days without a briefing. What does she do nowadays? What is Sanders' job every day now?
Well, Sarah is well liked among the staff in the White House because she takes a lot of incoming. She is trusted by the president. She has a good relationship with him. And in a White House that is essentially run like the Trump organization, her loyalty and her connection with him counts for a lot. She does answer questions from the press, and, given this latest story about her credibility called into question, I don't know how often. But she does do her job. She has a place, but she doesn't, you're right, she doesn't do briefings. Those have kind of gone by the wayside, and that is because officials in the White House know that a lot of the things they might say to the public will be immediately undermined by the president or changed course by the president. And that is not actually unique to this White House. Larry Speakes, who was Reagan's press secretary, told the press, we're not going to invade Grenada, and that the invasion occurred the next day. Jay Carney, who was Obama's press secretary, took some flack for what he said that was misleading about the Affordable Care Act. It's not uncommon, but